Greenville, South Carolina keeps popping up on the best places to move lists. But what are the actual pros and cons of living here? Of course, we're going to talk about cost of living, crime rates, and so much more. But let's start with the location of Greenville. Now, before I get into that, I'm Aubree Lewis, and my team has been helping people buy and sell homes here in the Greenville, South Carolina area for 10 years. So if you are looking to make that move to the Greenville area, we are your real estate resource. Over here, you can scan the QR code to get a free relocation guide mailed to you, or you can ask us for any of our free digital resources to make your move to Greenville easy. All right, so let's get into it. Greenville is situated in the northwest corner of South Carolina, putting it about an hour south of Asheville, 2 hours from Charlotte, 3 hours from Atlanta, and just a day trip to the beach. Because Greenville is truly in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains, you'll get mostly flatlands down around the south side of town, Simpsonville, Malden, Fountain Inn, while the northern side of town around Travelers Rest, you'll get more windy roads and privacy and those mountain views that everybody's talking about. Being so close to both the mountains and the beaches gives you a ton of options for easy day trips and weekend getaways. Just its overall location is great. But on the flip side, the con is in order to get a truly big city, you have to drive about 2 to 3 hours. So if you love big concerts or big sports events, you're likely going to have to drive a while to get to see the things that you want. Now, this question I always get. Aubree, how is the weather? Do you get hurricanes? What about tornadoes? How often does it flood in the area? Do you have to deal with forest fires? Do I have to keep special insurance? This is one thing that I do love about Greenville, South Carolina, because honestly, the answer is no to most all of those questions. Or the answer is that we get very mild severe weather, except for a few times a year. The temperature here is relatively mild, except for a few weeks in the summer when it's sweltering and super humid, and a couple days in the wintertime whenever we get a random few inches of snow and it's gone the next day. Or once in a blue moon, we get a pretty gnarly ice storm. Pros: if you are done with the snow and maybe you're also done with triple-digit heat all summer, this is definitely the place for you. You get away from all of that. It's relatively mild here. But on the flip side, if you have really bad allergies, the springtime might kill you with the large pollen cloud that travels across the city. And I'm not joking. You can see the entire pollen cloud coming this way. Now, one of the main selling points of Greenville is our beautiful downtown. Yes, it's quaint, it's thriving, and has a ton of local businesses. And yes, there is a waterfall in the middle of it. It's the first thing you see when you Google or ChatGPT Greenville, South Carolina. It's what draws people here because the city has been planned and stressed out over for the last 3 to 4 decades, and it's truly a jewel of the South. Downtown is the area that when you drive or fly into town, or even if you live here, you will end up at some point downtown. And as time progresses, the development keeps moving forward and onward. It's not going to slow down or stop. There is so much to offer for everyone. You will find it downtown. On the flip side of that, it might be a little overhyped by some standards, and that's okay. Not everybody goes downtown, and sometimes it feels like everyone does go downtown. It's going to be busy. It's going to be expensive. There's going to be a lot of people, but there is still acreage available outside of downtown within 30 minutes. If that's something that you're interested in, scan the QR code and reach out to us so we can help you actually find what you are looking for. And subscribe to the channel because we post videos like this every single Sunday at 10 a.m. to help you make good choices when it comes to moving to Greenville, South Carolina. All right, next, our lifestyle. Greenville, South Carolina's lifestyle is very outdoors focused. The Swamp Rabbit Trail runs all throughout the city, and there are tons of parks and green spaces, farmers markets, in just about every single suburb throughout the summer. And there are regular outdoor festivals and events that happen all around town. There's also a ton of farming happening around the area. So you'll find lots of farm-to-table restaurants. One of my favorites is Topsoil. But we'll also have tons of local coffee shops and breweries on what feels like just about every street corner. Did you know that local coffee shops in Greenville actually outnumber Starbucks? You can go to a different coffee shop every day for probably 2 to 3 months. Greenville, in its name, is nature-centric. So if you are into holistic living, handmade goods, farm-to-table food, this will be the perfect place for you. On the other side of this though, because the area is spread out, some of it's pretty old and a lot of the neighborhoods don't have things like fiber internet available, but it's coming. So if you need some high speed or want some of the big city amenities, this may not be the place for you to live further out. You will need to be within those city limits. Greenville, South Carolina shows up in so many top 10 lists as a great place to live or even a great place to retire. I've been living in this area since 2006 and I've seen it firsthand and know that some of the people love it and others, mostly natives, that have lived here their entire lives will tell you that we are full. Those that say that we are full haven't lived in other places of the country. So to see that the upstate has space to spread out into just isn't necessarily something they're looking at. This area is so popular, and because of all of that, it has a ton to offer. Now, the great things about this is more growth that comes to the area, the more that the area can sustain, as in it brings new businesses, more things to do, entertainment, and there is so much more that comes with this growth. So if you're interested in learning more about this, you should really check out my live stream show that happens every Thursday night at 8 o'clock. We talk about this development and what's happening and coming soon to Greenville. It's exciting. And I answer your questions live, so you should come hang out with me. Now, the growth on the flip side of this, more growth means more people, which means more traffic and overall congestion. Yes, I know the roads are bad. And this area, they're working on it. Just like everywhere else, Greenville is getting more and more expensive to live. Housing costs are going up, insurance is going crazy, and there are some things that balance it all out. We actually did a video a few months ago where Michael and I reviewed our actual bills. So if you want to go over and see that video, I'll put it up at the end of this video. But big picture for this, all right? Utilities haven't gotten out of hand like they have in other places, thanks to the mild winters and more mild summers that don't get it outrageously hot. Groceries are groceries. We're going to have a wide variety of options, from your bargain stores to Whole Foods to maybe even shopping the farmers markets. Property taxes may be higher by percentage compared to some other places around the country, but the housing costs are lower, so much lower by comparison. So that's what actually balances it out. And one of these things that really stands out through all of this is the gas prices. Gas is super cheap here, like getting down to almost $2 in some places cheap. South Carolina actually has some of the lowest gas prices in the nation. The other side of this, though, is that the rising housing costs, it is a con. Just like everywhere else, housing is going up. One of the good things about South Carolina and the Greenville area is that our housing market continues to appreciate. Where I know some other markets, I'm looking at you, Florida, you're having a harder time and your market is actually depreciating in some areas. The normal appreciation is if you see a house that was purchased in 2020 to 2022, multiply what they purchased it for by about 2 to 3%. That's the appropriate price for today. Now, that's not true for everything, and there are pockets here and there, but you really want to make sure that you're not overpaying for a house, and you also don't want your house to lose value. Houses are more expensive. It's just happening. Now, I know I said that I get asked about the weather all the time, but really this takes the cake as the number one concern I hear about. And it's not necessarily, well, Aubree, what's the crime rate? It's, is this area a safe place to live in? And I get it. We have to do our research on this. Most crime in the upstate, believe it or not, is actually property crime. Think like car break-ins, packages being taken off your front porch, etc. When you see an area on a map or on the internet saying that it has a high crime rate, is it actually a bad area to live in, or is it somewhere that you just need to be more aware? Here's the next one. There are some areas that have drug problems. It's everywhere. But also, those areas sometimes have a really great neighborhood close by or have really close community events. The best thing I can tell you to do is come visit the area. Would love to help you. Drive the area. Get to know what it looks like on a weekday when everyone is coming home from work, or on a Saturday. Are people outside washing their cars? Is there a bunch of bicycles in front of a house? Talk to the police department. If they've never heard of the neighborhood you are looking at, most likely that's a really good thing. If they have heard of it, why have they heard about it? The really good thing about this is the areas around the upstate, for the most part, are really safe. Do your research and ask questions. There is never a dumb question when it comes to asking about the safety and what's important to you about the community that you live in. Now, the flip side of this is there is quite a problem when it comes to property crime. You've got to make sure you lock your car doors. Don't keep valuables in your cars overnight. Be smart. This is what I need you to do next. Scan this QR code over here and ask us to send you our circle sheet. This document is written up to where it helps you decide where you want to land based upon what is important to you. And by doing that, then you're also connected to our team, and then we can help pinpoint directly into what neighborhoods, what communities, etc., that align with what is important to you. I hope this helps, and I can't wait to talk to you, and our team is really excited to talk to you too. By the way, that video where we break down our bills is right here, so you should go click on it. So see you there.